Huyu adui wa Kayongo.
Striga is an enemy of the farmer. In my case, it has manifested hunger and even illnesses. It is the reason for this poverty.
I had given up planting maize 2 years ago due to Striga manifestation. There is no need planting maize, which yields poorly.
Hapa ilipatikana iko na tabu ya Striga.
This area is home to Striga. People plant, but no yield.
Nalima, lakini hapana pata kitu.
We used to uproot the weed and throw it along the road. Little did we know that we were multiplying it.
This is not a bouquet of flowers. This beautiful plant is the notorious, obnoxious Striga weed that accounts for over $1 billion loss in reduced maize yields across the African continent.
Striga is a weed that really reduces the productivity of maize. When a farmer has Striga on his or her field, the amount of maize they get per hectare is less than a ton.
Striga harmontica and Striga asiatica have infested an estimated 22 to 40 million hectares of farmland in Africa. It is not a wonder that it is called the witch weed, because it is believed to bewitch the maize. The Striga weed certainly poses an ominous obstacle to a continent struggling with food insecurity and rural stagnation. It continues to baffle both the scientists and farmers alike. What gives scientists as well as farmers headache is that herbicides that would kill the weed end up killing the crop too further, complicating what is already a bad enough problem.
We are also trying to see how we can fine-tune this technology to make it effective in terms of controlling Striga and also developing maize which has at least two modes of action so that at least we don't rely on only one outside.
A public and private sector partnership has taken steps towards equipping farmers with useful packages of technology and information.
Knowing that these technologies to control Striga exist, what the AATF has done is to form partnerships between various institutions, the research institutions, the private seed companies, the NGOs, the extension services of the Ministry of Agriculture, to ensure that this technology does not remain on the shelves of research institutes, but are actually deployed into the field and are available to smallholder farmers.
IRM is a new variety which has been developed with by summit breeders in collaboration with our partners like CARI, and in an effort of trying to address the Striga problem, not just in Kenya but also in the region.
We are the ones who are providing imazapyl, which is used to treat the seeds. We are also providing some research funds to develop a new generation of materials or jamplers which will be available to the farmers.
Farmers should not think of doing it individually on your farm and then you celebrate. Gains will only be attained if farmers do it collectively.
Political goodwill of the African governments is key to the realization of a Striga-free continent.
I wish to reiterate the government's commitment to promoting new agricultural technologies and information as the basis of a thriving system.
The Western Seed Company have rolled out Striga-resistant maize seeds, locally known as Ua Kayongo, to the market.
This is maize which has been coated with a chemical called imazapyl. The imazapyl is fatal to normal maize, but to IR maize, which is imazapyl resistant maize, is not fatal.
We are also involved in stewardship issues, and this basically is kind of training farmers using village workshops for them to use Ua Kayongo maize in the most beneficial way.
Tests in Western Kenya are yielding encouraging results, and hopes, spirits and demand for the seeds are high.
Mimi kwangu chakula iko. We have plenty of food now. I've also become a showcase because everyone in the neighborhood admires my crop.
This little farm of mine made me very, very happy. People are still wondering what I did. I harvested 270 kilograms of maize, up from 40 kilograms. I'm very glad I tried the IR technology. The treated maize is showing a lot of improvement. It should be called the wonder seed.
So the response has been very overwhelming. Most of them are asking if the credit facility could be extended for them in terms of the seeds.
It is estimated that if Striga was struck out of Africa today, over 2.5 billion hectares of maize farmland will become productive, translating to approximately $400 million worth of profit. This will of course only materialize through a shared vision and solid commitment to transforming African agriculture. Now is the time to refine and integrate these control strategies into practices compatible with operations familiar to small-scale farmers.
It will require interventions from research institutes, from the local private sector, the local seed companies, NGOs, extension services. It will require political will from governments to include the eradication of Striga in the strategy for rural development.